Hi there everyone, it's Lynnea for iCrafter, and today I will be playing with the new Matchbox Stories Die Set. This just released today, and it is the cutest and probably easiest die that I have ever assembled. So there's a couple pieces that I'm going to need for today's card, and I'm going to be, or project rather, it's not even a card, it's a project. So I will be making a welcome baby boy and welcome baby girl little project. So the idea behind these Matchbox stories is that you can have just this little matchbox, and when you open it up, there's little trinkets or pieces inside that are going to tell a story. So I'm going to need to cut from some various papers the bottom of the matchbox, the base, and then also the kind of like the top portion. It's very hard to describe, but you'll see this as it comes together. So from the pattern paper, I'm going to be cutting this kind of horizontal piece. This is going to be the wraparound portion, the sides, tops, and kind of bottom of the matchbox. I'll cut that from my pattern paper. And then the base, this kind of wonky shaped die, I'm cutting that from white. I also cut some labels from pink and blue, and then I nested the label with the word love so that I could have this negative effect of the word love in there. And there's lots of different words that you can put inside of those labels. So let's start assembling this matchbox. Everything is kind of pre-scored for you from the die. So I'm just going to fold up on all of the score lines to create the bottom part of the matchbox, the parts that actually is going to hold the trinkets. So I'm scoring or reinforcing all the scores, rather just folding up. No fancy scores, like you don't have to really accordion fold anything. I'm just simply folding them up into what's going to be the top of the matchbox here. And then you're going to see there's these little side flaps. So it's going to be the same thing as if you've ever assembled a box or an envelope or anything. And there is a way that you can do this without any adhesive. If you just kind of tuck all the sides in and then push them down, the sides will hold themselves together, which is super awesome, and it's going to form this little, like a tray shape. I want to make sure that my tray does not come apart. So I'm going to add some little dots of adhesive onto the portions that are going to make the inside of the tray. So I will put them on the backs of each of the little side flaps here, and then I'll fold that up and kind of tuck those in place and give them a second or two to adhere. But then I'm also going to be adding a thin line of adhesive to all four sides that are going to tuck into the box and kind of form like a little pocket almost to hold this together. So on the inside of all of these flaps, I will just put a little bit of glue, and then I can fold this up like it's intended to be folded up, and I'll hold it there for a couple of seconds and let that glue dry and hold on tight, and that way I know that this little tray part of my matchbox is not going to fall apart as the recipient opens and closes the box. So next, let's build the wraparound portion, the outer portion of the matchbox. This is even easier. There are, I think it's 5 score lines that you need to fold on to form this kind of outer wrapping. Again, really easy, no fancy folding, it's just very simple folding. And then I'm going to reinforce with a bone folder, only because this pattern paper is thick pattern paper. I didn't need to do this because I used 65-pound cardstock for the white tray portions, but this pattern paper was heavy and I wanted to make sure that these score lines were really enforced. I'm going to add a thin line of liquid adhesive. You could use double-sided adhesive or tape runner if you prefer, just to that tiny little flap, so to the back of that tiny flap, and then I'm going to fold everything over, and it's going to create this wraparound portion for the matchbox. And once I hold this in place for a second or two, I'll be able to slide that bottom tray into this little sleeve, and you're going to kind of see this come together super quickly. So I filled up, I'm going to fill up these little matchboxes with cute little trinkets, but first I think I'm going to kind of play with the label that I did. So I die cut the love from the white portion of the cardstock, and then I also die cut just the label from some coordinating colors of cardstock. I thought that would be a cute little peek through. So let's fill up these little Matchbox Stories, little cute projects here. I'm going to put a little elephant inside of each one, and then I have a little balloon. The boy balloon's going to get the blue, the girl balloon's going to get the pink, just to match the outside of the box. And then I will just adhere and tie a little bow, and then I'll stick on those little love labels as well. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this Matchbox Stories project. There are so many things that you could do with this little box. You could do like a little wedding invitation, a surprise birthday, any kind of little thing to tell a cute little story with these matchboxes. Thanks so much for watching. See you later. Bye. Thank you again very much for watching this video. If you liked this video and you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button that is on the screen now. And here are a few other videos that I thought you might enjoy.